Football fans, welcome to Exhibition Field in beautiful Chilliwack, British Columbia for this BC Football Conference Week 2 rivalry week matchup between the Langley Rams and the hometown Valley Huskers. Good evening, my name is Steve Muller. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play for today's game. With me to provide expert color analysis, a fixture in the local football community, Mr. Matt Macri. And Matt, let's start off by telling the folks how last week's games went for these two teams.
Well, the Huskers went up to Kamloops and had a bit of a rough go at it to start off with. They did well, but in the beginning of the game, the end of the game, though, not so well. So that didn't work out so well. Langley, though, they had a nice tight one against VI Raiders. And they ended up coming out on the short end of the stick on that one.
I had a chance to talk with Coach Bob Reese Wednesday night practice, and I asked him if there's any takeaways from that 41-8 loss in Kamloops last week. What he said a couple of times was too many mistakes, that there was mistakes at costly times. Now, this squad only has 13 returning veterans on it. Is that something that's kind of to be expected when you've got such a small number of returnees?
Well, definitely. I mean, you're looking at continuity, you're looking at chemistry, you're looking at building a program. What it does bode well for is that if they can keep these guys together, these young guys together, years down the road, the next couple of years down the road, the Huskers have a very good core. This year it's going to be a bit rough. You only got 13 vets, but they've got some new guys in here. They should do well later on.
We've sometimes jokingly refer to this team as the Prairie Huskers. There's, out of that 52-man squad, there's 25 players that have come from the Prairie provinces, mostly Manitoba, and that kind of makes sense. Coach Reese worked as a coach in Manitoba, ran some football camps there. How long does it take a team to gel, do you think, when you bring in a lot of guys from out of town, and then does that put extra pressure on the returning players like Travis Dietrich, Noah Falconer?
Well, you always expect those returning players to be step up and be leaders. At this level here, these guys have played with different teammates against different opponents all across the country. So they understand what it is to come in and do your job and trust your teammates to do their job. So I don't think the meshing is going to be so much. You need the chemistry, though. And as long as they can build that chemistry, like I said, over this year into next year, they got good things on the horizon.
Again, watching the practice on Wednesday night, one of the luxuries that the Huskers have this year that they didn't last year is an actual true backup quarterback in Nick Nika, who's come out. I know you're familiar with Nick from before. One of the things I noticed right away, left-handed quarterback. Those two guys, when Falconer and Nika are out there, they're kind of mirror images of each other, except one throws left-handed. Does a left-handed quarterback cause challenges for the rest of the offense in any way?
I don't think a left-handed quarterback would cause challenges for them. I mean, he's still got to deliver the ball. It may look at something, how he is on his throwing side as opposed to his non-throwing side, how they run the plays and whatnot while he's in there as opposed to Noah. But I think for the majority, having a left-handed quarterback is a good thing.
And we're going to get you to give us a couple of players, or a player from each team that we want to pay special attention to tonight.
Well, number one, Desmond Jeanson from the Huskers did very well on defense last week, had a couple tackles, and did a really good job. I think he's going to stand out again tonight. And over on the Ram side of the ball, you got number 27, Joseph Carter, running the ball. He put some good yardage up last week. He was their number one runner, scored a touchdown. So I think those are the two guys to watch from either side today.
Well, it should be an interesting matchup tonight. Huskers hoping to finally get on the win column. We're going to throw this over to the stadium announcer to announce the players as they enter the field.
You're 3.
I'm 4.
4, aren't you?
That's 3 on the field.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give us resounding applause. The Langley Rams. Well, ladies and gentlemen, give your hometown Huskers
Well, fans, welcome to Exhibition Field in this Week 2 tilt between the Langley Rams and the hometown Valley Huskers. Good evening. My name's Steve Muller. Up here in the booth with Matt Macri. He's going to be bringing you the color for tonight's game. And the teams have entered the field. We're just waiting for the coin toss to take place here. Matt, beautiful night for football. I just checked the temperature before we went on air here. About 24 degrees out here in Chilliwack right now. A little bit warm up here in the stands, but down on the field level, there's a nice light breeze running north to south.
It's actually the perfect evening. It's not too hot, not too cold, you know, good breeze coming through. It's nice.
3 children, 4 grandchildren, extended football family. Those who put on the green and white each season, who you Jimmy speak of them fondly. Valley Huskers Football Club would ask you for a moment of silence at this time to honor Jimmy and his dedication to the club before we start the game this evening. Thank you. Thank you.
Moment of silence being observed for a long-time Husker volunteer. Just waiting for the captains to enter the field for the coin toss.
At this time, we'd like to ask the team captains to meet with the head official at center field for the honorary coin toss.
And just catching the Huskers captains heading out there. No surprise. There goes Noah Falconer and number 92, Travis Dietrich. Also joining them out on the field, offensive lineman Mike Lingert, Mason Palak, longtime Husker, and Desmond Jeanson, who had the strong game last week for the Huskers, Matt.
Yeah, he had a great game defensively last week. Hoping to see the same out of him. You hear that Travis Dietrich, I mean, he's one of our vets, isn't he? One of the 13 vets that's come back.
That is correct, yeah.
Absolute beast on the D-line. I can't wait to watch him play again.
Finished the season a little bit beat up last year. Spotty duty kind of in the last couple of games when he was out with us, but again, strong player, great attitude, big smile when you see him. He loves playing ball. You can see it even in practice. He's going hard all the time. Got a big motor, that guy.
Yeah, he does. Great player.
This is his 4th year with the Huskers.
Here's an interesting fact with the Huskers here. I don't know if you've heard about this, but Justin Vicklin and Keegan Vicklin, brothers, they're 4 years apart. First time, this year's the first season they get to play together. I think that's pretty cool.
Nice opportunity for brothers to create some memories, hopefully some success here with the Huskers. And after the coin toss, the Huskers will be receiving the ball. They're going to take the ball and work their way north to south here at Exhibition Field. Captains shaking hands. Getting ready to get this game underway. Rams were slated to be one of the stronger teams in the league this year, Matt. It'd be a good test for the Huskers to see how they stand up against that team. We talked a little bit in the pregame show about, again, it is a team, 52 men on the roster, but only 13 returning veterans. And a challenge to get the team to gel. And again, as I mentioned, had a chance to talk with Coach Bob Reist on Wednesday night. Came out to practice. It was a very short chat, but again, Bob talking about the number of mistakes that were being made, and again, costly mistakes. He felt that there were times in that game when maybe they would have given up points, but it could have been a 3-point, to the opposition Broncos instead of giving up a touchdown just due to mistakes.
Well, and you're going to get that when you've got a team that you're still trying to mesh, you're still trying to find your chemistry, and it's tough. It's tough to come out and play mistake-free football right off the hop. But it does bode well for the future because we've got a young team here that are going to work together over the next couple of years and hopefully get the results they want.
And that's going to be the sell. Again, I don't think anybody's expecting the Huskers come out and win a championship this year. Hopefully they have some success. Win, at least a couple of games would be a big improvement for this squad. But sell it to the fact that to get these young guys to come back and grow as a team. A lot of young folks out on this field for the Huskers tonight.
Well, and that's huge. Consistency is huge because these guys here, they're going to play this season, then they're going to go back to their day jobs and come back again next year. They've already got the systems in place. So you want some consistency. You got to build that chemistry. You got to have that trust.
Number 3, Josh Robinson, and number 24, Keegan Vicklin, dropping back deep for the Huskers to receive the kick. As number 39, Wayne Palmer,
I've seen Keegan
prepares the ball.
I've seen Keegan Vicklin play quite a few times. I'm really hoping that they kick to him because he's quite the joy to watch when he's running. He gets ahead of steam heading up the field.
Palmer's listed as a kicker, number 39. I got to tell you, if somebody told me he was an offensive tackle, I wouldn't be too surprised. He's a big lad. Normally the kickers are a little bit slighter of frame.
Yeah, I thought he was a defensive end myself. So.
And here we go. Palmer gets a big boot, taken at the 4 by Robinson. Robinson brought down, and he did hold on to the ball. I thought maybe it'd pop loose there for a sec. Looks like the Huskers are going to start off on about their own 11, Matt.
Yeah, they're going to be, maybe 16, 17. Be a little bit further up the field there. But he gets the ball here, and he starts to come back, and it looks like he's going to bust through there, and he just gets a hold of enough shirt to slow him down, spin him around, and then he gets a bunch of guys to come in and clean it up with him. So that was quite the hit by big number 3 there, took Joshua Robinson.
Noah Faulkner, last year's leading passer in the BC Football Conference. In a drop back position. 3 receivers to his right. He leans back, looking left, fires the ball down. Oh, nice catch by number 7, Nathan Neuer. Pulls that in, and that's an immediate first down for the Huskers. A great start to their offensive push here in the first quarter.
But he gets the ball out quick on a rope. Really nice throw. put it only where Nathan could catch it, and he was tackled right away. He didn't get much after the catch, but big 10-yard pickup there for the Huskers.
Kyle Clare to the Rams all over him. Nice job to make that catch. Elkner gets the ball, hands off to number 24, Keegan Vicklin. Vicklin might have picked up half a yard on that. He tried to go wide to the left side, go around the tackle, and he's brought down quickly.
Yeah, he didn't get ahead of steam going there. I mean, he got the ball, and I think he was swarmed pretty fast on that one. Didn't get much work to work with. I got a comment on the size of these Rams. Like, that's a big football team out there.
Just look at even the corners look like the big guys, eh? So.
Yeah. The corners look like linebackers.
4 receiver spread right for the Huskers. Falconer in the shotgun. Oh, low snap. He bobbles it, and in come a number of Rams, and it looks like the Kodiaks have lost possession. And try and pick up who it is that got in there so quickly for the Rams. Ball was rolling around under some bodies there.
Yeah, number 29 was in there. Number 29, Isaiah Stewart. I didn't see who actually came up with the ball there. But, you watch on the replay there, and the ball, low snap, goes through Noah's legs. And I think probably the smarter choice by a quarterback is he didn't get in front of that freight train of Rams that came flying down on that ball.
Ryan Matters in at quarterback, hands off. And that's number 27, Joe Carter, who you talked about in the pregame show, coming in as the league's leading rusher after just the one game. I believe he had 61 yards last week, and he's going to add to that total by approximately 5 yards on that run.
Yeah, and Joseph runs so well. He gets his shoulders downfield, squares off, and he just takes what comes at him. A very hard runner. I think you're going to see him do big things this year.
Matters in the shotgun. Second and about 4.5 for the Rams. Start the waggle, and is handed off. There's Carter again, and he smashes through, and he's going to pick up about 6 on that. Should be good for the first down, Matt.
Well, he should get the first down here. But that play just developed too slowly for my liking. Number 44, Mason Palek, was just standing there waiting for him when he actually got through the hole. It just took too long to develop.
First and 10 for the Rams. Ball is on the Huskers 10-yard line. Matters in the shotgun. 3 receivers set right, 3 left, and they get rolling. Matters looking to his left, tucks it in, and then looks down and wide open all by himself. It looks like it's number 2, Ryan McDonald. Looked like Matters was going to tuck it in and go. I think it pulled the defensive backs in, and that left McDonald wide open. There's a flag come down, but it's well after the play.
Well, I think they might be looking here because he'd be very close to over the line of scrimmage. Very close to over the line of scrimmage when he let go of that ball.
You see the Huskers defensive core clapping, so and they are moving that ball back, it looks like, Matt.
Yeah, to me that he looked like he was past, because the line of scrimmage there was the 10, and he threw it as he was jumping over the 10-yard line. So
see if we can catch the call. All right, so they're going to move the ball back.
Yeah, if you watch him here, he comes across and he's over the line of scrimmage when he releases that ball. And so that's an illegal pass, 10-yard penalty, and they repeat the down.
So not a bad read at all by the defensive backs, as they were right. He was supposed to be running away. Though he bobbles the ball, holds onto it himself, going hard out to the right, flags all over the place, makes it to about the 8-yard line before he's brought down. And a bit of a scrum going on there on the far side. Looks like that's number 17, J.J. Jackson.
We kind of miss it here, and we just miss it off the camera here, but the tackle actually reaches across and grabs the front of the jersey of the defensive end who's going to come out with the quarterback, stopping him from coming out. So here we look at it here, and number 26 there gets his hand across the front there and yanks on that jersey, and that's going to be a penalty all day long. And then at 17 and number 1 are battling over on the far side there, and there looks like there's going to be a penalty on, I'm going to guess the Rams 17. He had his helmet off on the field and shoving somebody, so. Okay, so they got the hold, and they did call the scuffle on the side there. Offsetting penalties, so it doesn't no harm, no foul. But I think the refs are trying to send a message that they're not going to put up with any BS tonight.
And you want to establish that early from an officiating perspective. So good work on the part of the referees. The Rams first down, 30 yards to go as they keep moving backwards on penalties. That's got to be driving the coaches crazy over on the Rams side. Well, Matters drops back, looking, hard throw, and ball's up in the air. Nice. And I think it may have been number 3, Josh Robinson, who got in there to knock that away. We'll confirm on the replay.
Well, it looked like the quarterback had him lined up. He knew where he wanted to go with the ball. He saw him going, gets it over the first defender, but the second defender, number 3, Josh Robinson, comes in there and just pokes the ball out on him. Great defensive play.
Second down, 30 yards to go from the Huskers 35.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they can get a first down. It looks like it's right to the end zone to get a score to get out of here. So
ball thrown into the flat, handled by number 23, Kelly Johnson. He weaves his way through. Ball comes loose, and they're waving it off very quickly.
There was a hold back here. The defensive back went to spin. Once again, the Rams player reached across the front of the shirt and got the jersey. And so we're gonna see it back here. The defender comes in right there. It was over to the right there. And he just kind of grabbed his arm, and I don't think you're gonna let that happen. Then once drops the ball here down on the 1. But it's not gonna matter anyways. It's a holding place. That's gonna come back. And it's going to be 2nd and 40.
Nice work by Kalik Johnson after the catch to make yardage. Unfortunately, wasted effort. As you mentioned, Matt, we're going to come down 2nd and 40 here for the Rams.
Well, I think this is play number 6, and we've only flipped over once on the downs marker.
I don't complain in the CFL is about the officiating and some of the cheap calls, but there's nothing cheap here about these calls. These you're picking out the holds pretty clearly, just even on the replays here. So,
well, the ones that we've seen so far have been fairly blatant, and I mean, you don't want to have the refs ruling the game, but at the same time, there's rules for a reason, right?
4 receivers to the left for Matters. He looks right, throws it into the flat, pulled down. Oh, makes a nice spin move. That's Johnson again, but he's held to about a maybe 4-yard gain on that. Not even close to what they needed. And that's going to send out, and we'll see what they're going to do here. Again, the kicker, Wayne Palmer, whether they're going to go just for the punt and pin the Huskers, or if they're going to look at doing a field goal from there. And it looks like it's going to be a punt.
Well, you see this play here. I mean, Kalik Johnson could have made a play off of that ball. He's got we saw in the last play that he can deke out. He's got the moves. He can get down the field, but that ball was way too high. He had to go up and get it. And once he came down, the defenders were waiting for him. Didn't really have a choice there.
Wobbling ball, bounces. Being chased down by number 24, Keenan Bicklund. And he's just going to take a knee, and some pushing and shoving in front of him. A little bit of emotion already in this game.
Well, there's definitely a rivalry that happens here. And, I mean, smart move by Keegan. He wasn't coming out of the end zone. Eliminate the unnecessary hits. They cough up a point, but it could have been a lot worse if it wasn't for all those penalties moving it back there.
I just had to be careful of the onside man. The Huskers did get victimized last year with a player coming down, a wobbling punt, the ball rolling down, and then a man came in onside and scooped that ball up, ended up putting the Broncos in immediate excellent field position. Good work by Bicklund there to just let that ball settle down and take the knee.
Yeah, get his hands on it, not give up any points.
Kodiak starting on not bad field position, their own 35 as they get ready to go. Noah Falconer in the shotgun, hands it off, and a nice little run for a number 24, Keegan Bicklund, who handled the punt earlier.
Well, looks like a penalty on the far side there.
I'm just wondering, there's maybe a little premature movement on the waggle there. You might have had a receiver go offside based on where that flag was thrown.
a great play on this ball.
That's going to make it third down and about, let's see where they're going to mark it. Oh, man down on the Huskers, so they're sending the trainer out to work with, and I think that is defensive lineman Dan Kabongo. All right, so an illegal block against the Rams. That's going to bring the ball back 15 yards. It is still going to be second down, though, Matt.
Well, yeah, it's going to be second down, 15 yards. So, I mean, that big pickup that gave them pretty much a first down's gone. And they're playing from back 15 yards now. And they had two numbers there on the illegal block, so that tells me that one of the players was engaged with a defender, and the second player hit him. And you see they had to help the young man off the field here too. So
Matters drops back, looking left, long throw. It's going to be touchdown, nice catch. Oh, there is a flag thrown. It was Danny Harris back there covering for the Huskers, and a great catch for Kalik Johnson, I believe, is the one who pulled it down.
Well, I think the flag's going to be pass interference on the defense here. It looks like he had his hand in there.
Now the flag came in quite late.
And it was Ferry there. He gets his hand in and grabs the shirt.
I'm not sure what they called here, but it is moving the yardsticks way back.
Well, they're calling a push off here because, and I don't really see it in the replay here,
no.
But they're watching it live, and the ref was on it right away. So I mean, but on the replay, I don't really see it. I see more of the hold by Ferry than I do see a push off by Johnson. But
second and 40 for the Rams. Matters in the shotgun. Waggle starts. Matters looking left again, and not even close to Belanger that time. Long throw for Matters, just couldn't get it out there. It's going to be third down. And the ball's placed on the Huskers 52, it looks like, 53.
Well, and here you got, the Rams.
48.
The Rams are shooting themselves in the foot with these penalties, and the Huskers are definitely playing smart enough ball and clean enough ball that they're holding the Rams down, right? So now we got the big man, number 39, back to kick, and Wayne Palmer one more time.
Flags are already on the ground. Nice moves. Good return for the Huskers here as long as he holds on to the ball. And, of course, that is number 24, Keegan Bicklund. Been having a great game for the Huskers so far. But let's see what this call is.
Yeah, the refs holding the Huskers off the field. I love watching Keegan Bicklund run with the ball here. He gets the ball, doesn't field it cleanly, but he gets it, tucks it away, and then gets upfield. Quick cut, gets into the hole, and just tries to outrun everybody before he's dragged down.
So let's hold up here. They're calling the Huskers captains over. Too many men on the Huskers.
Too many men.
And this is the kind of mistake that Coach Bob Reese was talking about to us on Wednesday. Well, nice return, negated.
Yeah, and not only that, is now you're moving the ball up because it'll be 3rd and 30, so you're coming 10 yards forward.
All right, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're not even close to having enough players on the field now. A little bit of confusion going on the Huskers bench.
On who's supposed to be out there.
Yeah. And
it looks like Vickland's on the bench getting looked at himself, too. He must have gotten hit pretty hard on that last play there. He was dragged down from behind, which always is a cause for concern with spraining your ankle or twisting a knee. But the defender, one of the big defenders, came in hard over top of him. Yeah, it looks like it's his ankle. The guy
trying to walk off behind. A bit of a twist there, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look much worse for wear. I think we're going to see Mr. Vicklin back out there.
He's shaking his head and limping. I guess he's grabbing some tape.
Well, he's been replaced as a returner by number 28, Eddie Perrin.
Like I said, it's unfortunate because you watch Keegan run. He's an excellent runner. I love watching him when he gets some space, makes that one cut, and gets up the field. Yeah, last year he was playing for Bateman secondary. My son plays for Abbey, so I got to see him a couple of times.
Well, nice pickup for the Huskers, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Ball, booming kick. Handled by Robinson on the three. He's got some space to work with. Leans in, knocked out. Oh, another, and we got some Travis Dietrich and number 72, Kyle Lambert. And we're wrestling out on the field, and we'll see this might result in another punt. If it's not going to move the ball too much further ahead, to put him in field goal range potentially.
Well, if there's two of them, hopefully they do offsetting again. I hate to see the retaliator always get the call.
I was going to mention one of the things, again, last year, if for anybody that had a chance to watch the Huskers play, relied almost completely on the pass. They had a couple of folks that could step in as running backs, but it was probably 9 passes for every 1 pass running play. This year, they're trying to establish more of that running game. Vicklin's going to give them that, it looks like.
Yeah, well, he's still on the bench right now, so I'm not sure who else we got out here running the ball. Number 28, is that Perrin?
That is Perrin, is back there now. Little handoff, nice blast up the middle.
Oh, wow, he runs like a fullback. Wow, good job. Lower those shoulders and just get the yards that come to you.
And that's what the Huskers were missing last year, was that those backs that they could give that ball to and just blast through, put them in a much better position to get off a shorter pass, a little bit less pressure.
Well, the big defender, number 97 there, he hits him and spins him. Raja Sadhu. Because I love the way he takes the ball, both hands on the ball, get those shoulders down, and pity anybody that gets in the way.
Perrin, the Maple Creek, Saskatchewan veteran for the Huskers. Nice little throw. In and out of the hands. A little bit behind. And I think that was number 25.
Aiden McDonald.
Aiden McDonald trying to pull that in. And Noah Falconer maybe putting him in a little bit of danger with that pass. Kind of stretched him out right in that danger zone.
Yeah, you always got to want to put it ahead of them, but I think Aiden was coming back a bit too far on that play too. Yeah. And you see, it's got to be frustrating when you do hit the receivers in the hands and they're not bringing the balls in.
Well, I think, and we were talking about this before the game, that was one of the things I did notice watching the Huskers practice. The quarterbacks were getting the ball there. The receivers were fighting the ball quite a bit.
Yeah.
They want to work. They're going to want to work on those soft hand drills, I think, a little bit this week coming up to try and get that ball cushioned in a little bit on those throws. Nice snap back. Bit of a flat punt, and ball bounces in, jumped on by number 91, Crosby Ray Templeton.
Well, they throw the flag here for no yards, but I think the Huskers did a dang good job to get out of the way.
They tried, yeah.
You see the kick there, and the ball bounces. They don't really have much of a chance to pull up at the 5 yards. It was a short kick, but it is what it is, and you got to live with that one.
Well, kudos to defensive back Josh Robinson to step in there and punt. It's not an easy thing to do, but man, it's a tough job for a team to get anything going when you're not getting the ball punted away and into more of a safe area.
Well, Matter's starting here right where he gave up the ball.
Little handoff wide, taken by number 2, Ryan McDonald. Trying to work his way wide, has some space to work with, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Langley Rams. No flags thrown.
No, that was an all-around great play. Great play.
I don't think anybody believed that he handed off the ball here. I mean, he does a great job of giving the fake. and even our cameraman here stayed with the fake. And just gone all the way to the end zone. Good speed, good wheels, and just hustle.
A well-executed play. And Ryan McDonald scores a touchdown, and he'll be in on the extra point here. Looks like he's the holder for the Rams.
He's like, hold on a second, let me catch my breath. That was 40. That was 40 yards, holy.
Ball pushed through just about over the fence. 9:58.
Yeah.
The Rams score.
That big man, he can kick. Holy smokes! I'd try him for a field goal from the 50-yard line. No, that was just a desire there. A little fake handoff there. We got number 10 here. Alex Zamora is chasing him with all he's got, but he just doesn't get over there. Great blocking on the outside too. One of the guys that I noticed there was number 23, Callie Johnson. Got a really good block in, and then the little victory leap there.
He had space and he had help, and that's a recipe for a touchdown just about every time. Scores now 11-0 for the Langley Rams here over the Valley Huskers. 9 minutes, 58 seconds left in the second quarter.
This is where the Huskers need to put some points on the board. They need to get something positive out of this drive right here. Get the ball out of their end. Even if they give it up down in the Rams' end.
Robinson trying to weave his way up. He's pulled down, makes it to about the 24.
And you see Vicklin still on the bench there being tended to by the trainers. So, I mean, that hurts a lot. Okay, so we get the big kick again by Wayne Palmer. Fielded cleanly, turns and gets upfield. Pretty good return. Number 97, Sandu gets in there, wraps him up, and then he just gets taken down.
Sandu had a good job on the special teams here tonight for the Rams. So
he lost the ball, but number 44, Mason Palek, came up with it, so that's okay.
Faulkner in the shotgun, 3 receiver set to his left, looks quickly right. Oh, turns around, tried to get it to number 8, DeAndre O'Connor. A little bit too much on that for him as he was just turning around when the ball got to him.
Well, and that's could be a bit of the problem here too, is that the ball's coming in a bit too fast. It's all a timing issue. The ball is coming in way too fast. It's behind him, so he's reaching for it too. I mean, if that hits him in the chest, sure, he can react to it, but he can't adjust to it that quickly.
2nd and 10. Huskers on their own 23. Faulkner in the shotgun. 4 receiver set to his left. Eddie Perrin, the lone back in the backfield. Nice snap. Looking left into traffic. Ball knocked away by number 22, Jacob Dodd.
Well, and number 25 there, Aiden McDonald had to play defensive back on that one because, once again, the ball's just a touch behind him here. And he gets turned around, and he's like, no, we've got to make sure you don't get that. Because Jacob Dodd, I mean, he's a speedster. If he got his hands on that ball, he was going.
Danny Harris back to punt. I think I gave Josh Robinson the credit for the punting earlier. It is Danny Harris.
Yeah, number 2, Danny Harris.
Harrison. Huskers call a timeout here. And it looks like we have too many players, or?
He's holding his hand out. I mean, maybe he's bleeding and can't have blood on the field.
Oh, could be.
You know, the way he's holding his hand there, it looks like he might have be cut.
Yeah, it looks like there's. So whether they'll charge the Huskers with the timeout or not because of the injury.
Well,
Eddie Perrin comes in, gets some direction from Special teams coach turns and heads back out again. Oh.
Well, and number 3, who the one who's bleeding there, and it looks like maybe a cut on the finger or whatnot. He came out from the long snapper position. So I don't know how they're going to, they need a long snapper. So,
I don't, yeah.
The hardest thing to find in a first aid kit is a Band-Aid. Well, I'm not kidding. Typically, you got all kinds of gauze, and you pretty much stitch somebody back together, but to find a Band-Aid.
All right, so they're...
Dude, a grandma in the stands, they always got Band-Aids handy.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. They always want to lick a tissue and fix it, though. That's probably not going to fly. All right, looks like we're ready to get started here. And who's stepping up? Looks like it might be number 58, Colby Dick, stepping up to do the snapping duties on this punt. Wobbling, gets it back though. Time, not a bad kick. High, down into the arms of Lund. He's got space and time to work with. Lund working his way wide. Flag on the field, looks like it might be an illegal block. He gets wide, still moving, makes his way up, dancing, good balance. And he's pushed out at about the 21 of the Huskers, might be the 19.
That's coming way back here. Number 1, Desmond Jeanson gets flipped over here by the defender who's blocking him. And it's held on to and thrown to the ground. So that's going to come back. So the flag's already on the ground there. He's already back up at Jason.
Yeah, you can see it come out very early in the run. So
yeah, and way back here, you can see the spot of the foul where the ref is. I'm sure everybody on the radio can see me point. But, so that's going way back over the center line. So we're on the 53 of the Rams.
Is that? I'm just trying to catch number. Who was that one on the run back? I think I credited it to Lund, but it might have been Johnson.
No, it was 32 Lund.
It was Lund.
Yeah.
And I think Lund's one of those guys. He's probably, if it were not for the penalties, he's probably had over 100 yards in returns tonight. But
now the ref's bringing the ball off, and someone's going to have to get a wet wipe and clean that up as well. I guess there's probably blood on it. Being that he was the long snapper, it's probably got a handprint.
All right, ball on the Rams 53. They take over. 1st and 10. Snap back to Matters. Matters looks right, gets the ball out into the hands of number 17, J.J. Jackson. He's taken out after about a gain of 6, we'll say.
Well, and Desmond Jeanson's right in on the play there. I mean, he had a good week last week. He's having a good week again this week. He seems to be in on a lot of plays. Gets the ball out quick here, and JJ gets it. Kind of blows a tire trying to do a spin move. He burns them and gets turned around, but he kind of slips on it, and the defense was able to recuperate and wrap him up.
Big Travis Dietrich coming over from his defensive end position to help out on that. Matters in the shotgun, 2 in the backfield with him. 3 receivers set to his right. Handoff. No, he keeps it. Trying to work his way right. He's being chased down, makes it to the sidelines, and picks up enough for the first down and plus a couple of yards more.
Well, and number 52, James Moore, wasn't biting on the fake handoff there, and he had him. He had him cornered, but just the wheels that matter here. See, Moore's kind of dancing a little bit here, and then Matters gets him going one way and comes back the other really quick. Smart man, get out of bounds, just past the first down marker.
Where that marker was and made it just past that. All he needed to keep this offensive opportunity going.
Well, and I've said this before. I know you probably heard me. Eliminate the unnecessary hits. There's no sense trying to turn that upfield for another yard or 2. You got the first down, get out of bounds.
There's that little handoff sweep play again, same one that they scored on earlier. Huskers do read it better this time, although it looks like it's going to be enough for the first down. I'm going to say he got to the 34.
It was number 5, Joel Classen. Is my buddy here. I love this kid. Great football player, great heart. Gets turned upfield. gets into the pack and just keeps going, you know, with the crowd until he gets peeled off and dragged back. Good enough for a first down.
Ball on the Huskers 33. Matters back in the shotgun. Receivers move up. Little handoff up the middle. He puts the ball in the arms of Joe Carter. Carter, maybe 2.
Yeah, he's been quiet tonight. I don't know. You haven't seen him out there. He hasn't been getting the ball much, but good to see him getting the ball again. Gets turned upfield before he gets wrapped up by number 49 there, Alexander Washkowski. Just holds on enough to him to get him turned around.
Ball on the 31 of the Huskers. 2nd and 8 for the Rams. Matters again in the shotgun. One in the backfield. That's the ball. Matters looking to his right. Long bomb. And, nice catch. And I think that's Belanger again. Patient getting under the ball. Huskers defensive backs had time to respond to it. Sorry, that is actually number 81.
Simon Frelick.
Nice throw by Matters here. Just floated that ball in. Frelick had time to run underneath. He's waiting for it to get there.
Well, and it's a smart throw here. Is one of the things I've noticed about Matters is he makes smart plays as he puts the ball up and to the outside. So the only person that get to it is a receiver. The defenders had no play on that ball because it was outside of the defender. Very smart throw.
Jordan Ferry there quickly for the Huskers. Ball out and in. Touchdown. Ball brought in by number 27, Joe Carter, who we just talked about having a quiet night. Well, there he is as he weaves his way through the Huskers defensive core.
Well, and he can make me eat my words here.
Nice.
So it's a bad snap, but Matters brings it down, gets it to Carter. And Carter breaks a few tackles here and then just goes right through number 13, Jordan Ferry, into the end zone. Well, that's, we've only got 5 minutes left in the second quarter here, and it's putting them down into a hole that's going to be really tough for them to get out of. It's also
nice kick, and just about puts it out of the stadium again.
Put some confidence in the Rams' sails and taking it all out of their own.
4 minutes, 50 seconds actually left in the first quarter. It is the Langley Rams with an 18-0 lead here over the Valley Huskers. Huskers making a valiant try of it here, Matt, but I think the biggest thing for them right now is they're just not getting any offensive luck at all. They're just not moving that ball when they get the opportunity, other than with the benefit of penalties.
Well, and they got some field space because of penalties, but it just means extra plays that they didn't get, right? I mean, that's one thing. But the problem here is you see it on the bench right now, is that you've got your starting running back hurt, right? They've already taken out a couple of O-line, D-line guys. They're not getting the luck of the bounce here.
Another strong kick into the arms of Robinson, and he's brought down. Gets about to the 27. Good cover by the Rams. And that is a very, very impressive kicking leg. Number 39, Mr. Wayne Palmer.
And so here comes, he gets the ball. Robinson gets the ball here and turns it upfield. But one of the issues that the Huskers are having is they're blocking downfield, but they got to block in front of the runner. I mean, they're letting too many defenders. One get past, maybe two get past. No biggie, but there is Ford past all the green shirts there, and they gotta eliminate that.
Huskers last second realized they had too many players on. The receiver comes off. Oh, bad snap. Falconer dives back, misses it, and the Rams pick it up. A good rush in by number 90, Adam Marchetti, and.
Well, and this is the fourth bad snap we've seen tonight. I mean, it's the only second one that Falconer's lost, but I mean, you see some frustration there on him. He's coming off the field here, and it's right between his legs. And it's a hard bad snap. It's not a dribbler that he can pick up. I mean, he's got to get down, and he's a tall kid. He's got to get down and try and catch that before it goes through his legs. It's not easy.
He needs to scoop that in with a little bit more authority.
Yep, get it up off the ground.
So the Rams take over on the Huskers 12. Instant excellent field position on that missed snap. Matters in again. Hands it to Carter. Carter weaves his way through. Looks very similar to the scoring play.
Oh, and he's taking half the team with him.
And makes it to about the 2.5 of the Huskers before he's brought down. Swarm tackle.
Well, you know, sometimes a running back puts their own team on his own team on his back and carries them. But this time he put the Huskers on his back and carried them.
Nice hole, though, created by the offensive line. Had lots of room to work with.
Contact there, and they get him wrapped up there, and he just keeps dragging, 1, 2, 3 guys with him. And, you know, number one there, Desmond Jeanson, holds on long enough to take him down to the ground.
Three minutes, 18 seconds left in the first half. Langley Rams with a 18-0 lead here. Carter, shoestring tackle, gets to about the 6-inch mark of the.
Dietrich just reaches out and touches someone and gets enough to get that foot. See, another bad snap here, and then just enough to grab that foot and a little face plant into the turf. Saves a touchdown.
Good heads-up play by Travis Dietrich to get the arm out and trip up Carter.
Yeah. If we got a good picture of that, you could definitely caption that, reach out and touch someone. That was beautiful. Great effort. But it's a first down on the 1-yard line.
Matters in underneath, leans in and squeezes through. It was nicely read by number 10, Alex Zamora, but he just couldn't hold him up enough. And
well, like we said earlier,
score again.
Matters is a big boy. Like, he's a big, solid quarterback out there. He's not tall. He's got some nice big shoulders, and he just powers himself past. Good spin, good momentum, right into the end zone for the score.
Rams set up for the extra point. And I'm really starting to think Wayne Palmer has made it his mission tonight to try and kick the ball over that high fence at the end of the field here at Exhibition Field.
Almost. I just taking a run down the roster here for the Rams. And Matters seems to be their only quarterback on their roster here. I don't see a backup, so I don't know if having him pound the ball up the middle is going to be the best play all night long. If he's going to be your only option at quarterback.
I know they were talking about that they did have 2 play last week, but it was going to be Matters that started tonight. So I'm not sure who the.
I know number 7 or 11, Stephen Legary. He's a quarterback, but they have him listed as a receiver here, so he's probably playing as the receiver. But I don't see anybody else listed on their depth chart as a quarterback.
Rams get set to kick off. On the website, they had number 10, Colby Peters, as the second quarterback, but
right.
He is not showing on the roster tonight. So.
Yeah, no, he's out, non-active player in bench area. So that must be why they have Matters playing.
Palmer's blasts the ball down. Takes a bounce away from the Huskers player. Scooped up by number 80. Nice work on the return.
Well, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, you know, you got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good, right? And the Huskers tonight aren't getting any luck. That ball there, you know, the returner squares up to it here, and it bounces forward. 9 times out of 10, that ball is going to bounce backwards, and he squared up to it perfectly. He was in great position to take it off the bounce and start coming forward, and all of a sudden the ball's going in the other direction.
Well, that's Marius Angel with that nice return for the Huskers. Ball set on the Huskers 35, 1st and 10. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left in the first half. Faulkner back out in his familiar shotgun position. He was up, nice snap this time. Hard pass over into the flat, knocked away. And you can see the flags fly.
Oh, over towards the bench area. That's bad.
Jordan Lund stepped up. He was the player for the Rams that made the play, but I have the feeling that that's going to be a taunting call potentially.
Yeah.
We'll see what they call that. He was up and flopping over top of the...
Number 7 on the defense.
And he was the man who made the play. That is number 7, Jordan Lund. Right away was up and sort of...
Falconer gets it over nicely. Lund comes in and makes the play and takes him down.
You can see as he jumps up right away, he's over top of him. And
yeah.
The refs are going to call that pretty much every time.
I hope so, because, I mean, that's not something you want to see in football, period.
First and 10 on the Huskers' own 45. Little handoff, Perrin. Picks up about 3 on the play, using those strong legs to wind his way. A little hole in the offensive line.
Wow, I love the way this young guy runs, this Eddie Perrin. I'm a big fullback fan,
old
right?
Old school fullback football, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's good to see.
He gets his 2 hands on the ball and just drops his shoulders. And come what may, he's going through.
About 2nd and 7. Faulkner in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left. He looks over, sends it up, and maybe a little bit lucky there that didn't come down into the hands of number 9, Kieran Benedito. Tried to float it out.
He had the best play on it here. Begg's trying to do the same thing that the Rams did down on this side and get between all the defenders and the ball and be the only guy that can make a play on it. But Benedito just got enough around him that he was the guy that was going to make a play there.
Danny Harris back to kick for the the Huskers. What happens when you do football and hockey at the same time? Nice snap. Oh, nice little spiraling kick. Gets down there quickly. Handled by, I think it's number 22. And they might call that a horse collar tackle.
Well,
flags went down quickly as he was brought down. I'm just trying to.
And I want to see this one again because it looked like he came up over the front of the shirt here. So, and it, not what you'd typically call a horse collar.
Yeah, Nathan Lund with the bringing it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So they're going to call it. He didn't really catch him at the collar so much as at the flap on the pad. But
yeah,
and again, maybe a bit of a tough angle for the ref to see it from. It was a little bit behind the player. But
yeah,
Rams get a break here. They're going to move up onto the Huskers 44. 1 minute 21 seconds left in the first half. Matters in the shotgun. Hands off, up the middle, Lund. Picks up about 7 on the play. He dances through the line. Nice work by the offensive line to create some space for him to work with.
Nice. It was a really good run there. And Lund just gets the ball, gets it moving forward. They're doing an excellent job here. And you see a lot of clock control coming from these guys at this point.
Rams go to hurry up. Matters steps back, wide open receiver. That's number 2, Ryan McDonald. Ball stripped.
Well, that was a great defensive play. He strips the ball, and the defender gets on it so quick. So Matter gets over it. Oh, it's Legary in there now, number 11, Stephen Legary. Delivers the ball, and as number 2 turns upfield, the defender cracks his arm, and Ferry just jumps on the ball.
That's Mason Palak.
Mason Palak that hit him on the shoulder and just jarred that ball loose.
Textbook strip of the receiver, just bringing that arm down hard and knocking the arm away from the ball on the receiver. Kodiak's Huskers get a break here.
Well, and you know, it's natural when you catch the ball to turn and start running and not think about it. But the receiver's got to put that ball away right away.
Oh. And they turn it over again right away. That's brought down by Jordan Lund. Noah Falconer floating the ball down the sideline. Lund read it perfectly. And
here, if he's going to float the ball, you got to be the outside guy. You can't let the defender get in there. And number 8 just looked like he just let Lund get ahead of him and waited for him to make a play and tried to make a play on that.
DeAndre O'Connor.
Yeah. So I guess there's 2 Lunds on the Rams team. They've got Jordan Lund on the defense and Nathan Lund on the offense. There we go.
Not sure if they're brothers.
And now the offense back on the field. We definitely got a new quarterback in there.
Right,
That's
it is.
number 11.
That's Stephen Laguerre, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
And Laguerre's brought down quickly. Less than a minute left here in the first half. Flag down as Laguerre was brought down. And they're talking to the Huskers defensive captain there, number 44, Palak.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to turn that one down and get the second down off the snap or the sack because that moves it back 5 yards anyway. So it's instead of first and 20, it's second and 15.
Exactly.
And really, the Huskers want to get the ball back here so they can try something.
Three receiver set to the right for Laguerre. He looks over into the flat. Nice catch. Space to work with. And that's number 23, Kalik Johnson.
Kalik Johnson has been quite active tonight. I mean, I don't know how it's going to show on the stat board with all the penalties that negated all the good stuff that he did, but he's been working hard today.
Vancouver native. Team sets up. Laguerre steps back, finds a man open in the flats, and he's brought down by Alex Zamora. He's trying to catch the number there.
Okay, so it looks like I was wrong about Matter being the only option on the Rams offense for quarterback. Laguerre's putting together a nice little drive here himself. Number 88 on the hook, gets around the defender, and you got Desmond Jeanson and Alex Zamora coming in to clean him up. First down, Rams.
Looks like the trainer's out on the field for the Rams.
I think they called the timeout. Timeout, stop the clock. Probably going to take a shot at the end zone here.
11 seconds left. Laguerre back in the shotgun. Three receivers left to right. One man in the backfield. He steps up to block. Laguerre leans back, throws a long pass. Intercepted! And that was brought down by number 2, Danny Harris. But I'm just going to, let's take a look at the replay here because I have the feeling that the Huskers might be called for pass interference on this.
I think that if I'm going to go with Rams getting called here because it looks like a big push off by 23 there, Kalik Johnson. Yeah, I think there was a bit of a push.
Yeah, we'll see how they decide to call this.
Okay, so the Gary gets out there and he puts the ball up. Yeah, see,
nice read by Harris. To step up.
Watch this. Kalik Johnson holds on to him because Harris isn't down yet. And Kalik reads that from on his back and holds him and flips him over to finally bring him down.
Good heads-up play by the...
Because if he released him, he was still running.
Could go, yeah, and he hadn't been down yet, yeah.
We got a flag way in the backfield too. So.
Yeah. Field announcer for the Huskers having some fun here. 2 seconds left on the clock. They are moving the sticks.
So it's still going to go backwards.
Way back.
The Huskers aren't getting the ball.
Does not look like it because it is the defense still out on the field. Coaches and manager Mo Gagne not happy with the it will be the Huskers ball. A little bit of confusion there, but they got it all sorted out. Huskers will get one opportunity to try and get that ball down towards the Rams end zone.
Well, there was some confusion there because of the sticks, because the stick crew moved when there were still penalties on the play. So I think the head ref was trying to get the stick crew back in the spot, and then talk to his team about what are the penalties, and he got the unnecessary roughness. So, but he forgot about the interception. You know, you try to orchestrate this many things. You got to give him a bit of slack when it comes to a little flub like that.
Well, let's see how the Huskers elect to play this. It should be an all go, and see if Noah Falconer just launches that ball and see if they can get some luck here. Falconer sends it down. There's a man open. Nice catch. And he's brought down. Best offensive play of the night, and it's Engel.
Well, and a great catch here, but I mean, I think it's one of the first ones for the Huskers for the evening, right? You can't wait that long to make these kind of play, guys. He gets back here and just delivers it in stride.
Yeah, nice concentration by the Huskers receiver to watch that ball in with a couple of players around him. They were on him quickly.
Yeah, well, he had to come back for it.
Yeah.
That ball gets out a little ahead of him, and he's still running.
Well, we're going to head into the halftime here with the Langley Rams holding a 25-0 margin over the Valley Huskers. The Rams scoring came on initially on a touchback. They picked up a point there.
Yep.
There was a field goal by number 39.
Yep.
That's Wayne Palmer. A end run by number 2, Ryan McDonald's, for one of the touchdowns with the point after. 27, that is number Joe Carter, who we talked about earlier in the game. You mentioned that he was kind of having a quiet night, and then all of a sudden he erupted, picks up the touchdown at 9:48 of the first half. And then the touchdown on the 1-yard run by quarterback number 4, Rylan Matters. And that is going with the extra point, and that is going to give the Rams the 25-0 lead here. We'll be back right before the start of the second half. Here we are at Exhibition Field. Welcome back to Exhibition Field in Chilliwack, British Columbia for this BC Football Conference contest between the Langley Rams and the home team Valley Huskers. Heading into the second half, the Rams with a 25-0 lead here, Matt. This VBN broadcast is being streamed live on bcfctv.com. It's powered by Remax. And on the screen, you can see some highlights being played. That the highlight you just saw there was number 2, Ryan McDonald, scoring his touchdown, and followed up by the touchdown by number 27. And that is Joe Carter, who came into this contest as the leading rusher in the lead. And the highlight there we just saw was number 4 quarterback Ryan Matters as he leaned in for a 1-yard score. There was a field goal by number 39 Wayne Palmer, who's just been booming the ball tonight. And the game actually started with a touchback at the beginning of the game, and that is what has brought us to a 25-0 lead here for the Langley Rams. The Huskers received the ball to start the first half, so I think we can anticipate the Rams starting off with the ball here in the second half. Wayne, Mark, Mike, Matt.
You're getting closer every time.
I'll go through all the guys that I worked with in the last year. So.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, Matt.
The Rams should start off with the ball here. I mean, the Rams aren't doing anything special. They're just taking advantage of the turnovers. They're getting the ball deep into the Husker territory, and they're not having to go a long ways to get points. I mean, the first drive that the Rams got the ball,
green because Noah's not going to throw it to the inside where the defenders are. He's going to put it to the outside where Perrin's the only guy that can make a play on that ball.
Ball's turned over on downs. Langley starting from their own 28.
Well, and this has been the worst field position for the Rams all night. So
now dancing through number 32, I think that's Lund. Nathan Lund dances his way up to the 47-yard line. And it is number 11, Stephen Laguerre, who is still in there at quarterback.
Dietrich's quite heated here. I think he was trying to rip the ball free, and someone grabbed a hold of his face mask and pulled his lid off his head, which is never a fun feeling, let me tell you.
No. You suddenly find yourself seeing parts of your body you're not supposed to be able to see.
Yeah.
A little bit of a conference there amongst the referees, whether something was caught by a line judge or something. And referees headed over to have a conversation with somebody. Minutes, 53 seconds left in the third quarter. It is the Langley Rams with a 25-0 lead here over the Valley Huskers. Beautiful night for football. Temperatures dropped just a little bit. The winds completely died down. Flags are hanging limp on the far side of the field there. For the folks that are watching from out of province, we've had a lot of forest fires in the interior of British Columbia. That doesn't really affect things too much down here, except the smoke all blew down into this area. We've had air quality advisories all week long, and you can see the haze in the distance there on the mountains. It has kept the temperatures quite reasonable, though. They were forecasting temperatures in the low 30s, and we've been staying around 26, 27 here in the valley so far.
And here's the issue here. We got one of the stick crews being escorted off. And so what they've done here is they've given boys with Huskers jerseys safety vests and asked them to be the stick crew. And that's caused problems because they put the stick crew over in front of the Rams bench. So there was probably some jawing. The one stick crew guy who looks like he's been sent home for the evening with the sunglasses on and whatnot. Definitely not doing themselves any favors.
So they're bringing the sticks back over here, which works well for us.
Yeah.
From a selfish perspective, Matt, works well for us.
Well, and you know
they're going to have to find a replacement for that official. Looks like they're letting the other two lads stay out there and do it. They've just told number 11 from the Huskers.
I'm not 100% sure what's happened. I saw the head ref go over and talk to one of the coaches on the far side who was pointing to one of his players emphatically, and then the stick crew. And then the ref talked to all three of the stick crew, and one of them said, yeah, it was me. So it must have been something said. So the problem that we got now is, we got somebody holding the down marker.
They found somebody to look after the down marker.
Yeah.
It is 1st and 10 for the Rams. They are on their own 48 as they get ready to continue play. Again, life will be a little easier for us with the yard markers here on this side anyway. Handoff up the middle. Slicing his way through is Lund, and he picks up about 11 on the play for another first down.
I'm just going to point out something on this run here. I mean, Lund's doing great. He's making some great cuts. But one thing that I try and teach the young running backs when I coach is that, watch here, he jumps as he makes his cut and jumps again. You take away your speed and your power when you leave your feet like that. And a great example, LT, LaDainian Tomlinson, just inducted to the Hall of Fame, never left the ground. Keep your feet on the ground. Keep your power beneath you.
Handoff up the middle. Lund again. Slicing through, half space wide. Cuts up, trying to work his way through. He's brought down by number 2, Danny Harris.
And he just proved my point exactly there. Look at the power and authority he ran with there. 2 feet on the ground. Comes up here, and he just cuts, pushes off with his foot. No jump, just nice push off, and then tucks the ball away, runs into it.
Harris, a little help on the tackle out there. I believe from, trying to catch a number, may have been Jeanson that gave him an assist on that tackle. LeBerge, pitch out, one-handed, and there goes Lund again. And they're letting him weave his way through the Kodiak's defense. Another 11 to 12 yard pickup for Lund, and he might be challenging his teammate Joe Carter by the end of this game for most yardage in the BCFC.
Well, he's running with authority here. Nice little leap there again, but he didn't really affect him. He's running with authority. The Rams aren't going to put the ball in the air. They want to hold it. They want to eat some clock. They're up 25-0. The Huskers have only really been across the center line twice tonight, so they're just going to keep handing off, play a little bit of power running game.
Laguerre hands off to none other than Mr. Lund again. He weaves his way up. It'll be very close to the first down again.
Yeah, he's only about 2 or 3 yards short there. And he gives it just a handoff.
See where they place that.
And I mean, in reality here, you see Laguerre hands off the ball and he runs like he still has it to try and fake everybody out, thinking that he's doing a quarterback rollout type thing, right? No one's buying that. They know where that ball's going.
So he's not going to win any Best Actor awards tonight, is what you're telling me.
Well, he's doing a good job of it, but no, it's just not selling, right?
Nice read by the Kodiak's defense. That's Travis Dietrich.
Huskers.
Huskers. Maybe I should just go home.
Not yet. We still got a few more minutes. Dietrich gets in there. Dietrich sniffs that out right away. Comes all the way across, actually. And good wheels on him to get over there and pick up Lund before he can get up the field.
Thanks, Matt.
So, no problem. So there was an offside on the play, too. I didn't catch who it was on. Be unfortunate it was Dietrich, because maybe that's why he was there so quick. But like I said, they're not faking anybody. They know where the ball's going to at this point. It's going to Lund. Lund's going to run it. They're just going to run Lund down. But that's what the Rams want, because every second that ticks off that clock, less chance that the Huskers can come back.
Ball on the Huskers 9. Laguerre in the shotgun. Takes it, looks, and throws in behind his intended receiver, number 23, Khalid Johnson.
Well, and Johnson's looking for a penalty here, and he's not going to get it, but he does have a case. He came running across on the slant there, and the defender, all the defender did was hook his arm to spin him enough off the ball that he couldn't catch it.
So 2nd and 9 here on the Huskers 9. Laguerre. Again in the shotgun. Running back beside him, moves up for the block. Hands off again. Lund tries to go wide. Nicely read. And that looks like it's number 32.
Nope, number 92.
It was 92. Okay, yeah. That was Mr. Dietrich again.
And he blows up the line here and gets across and gets a hold of the back of that jersey, and he ain't letting him go anywhere.
That is definitely Travis having himself a good series here.
And
3rd and 9, they're going to go for the field goal.
And after that play where he got his helmet picked off, he came off the sideline. He was visibly upset. And he's turned that fire into some positivity here.
Bobbled snap. and nicely read, and in comes number 1, Jensman Jeanson. Read that well, and the Huskers defense gets a break here and denies the Rams a scoring opportunity.
Well, now the Rams have to start down on their own 20-yard line here and march the length of the field with 6 minutes left in the third. The Rams did what they wanted to do there. They got the ball. They took a lot of time off the clock while walking the ball down the field. So now their defense, who's pretty much sat for all but a couple of plays in this third quarter, in the third quarter. Let's hope the Huskers got to hope that they maybe stiffened up a bit on the sideline there.
Little handoff. Big powers his way through. Oh, just about breaks tackles to make his way all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, that was Perrin. That was Perrin one more time here, and there he goes. He lowers the shoulders, and he makes the contact. He actually initiates the contact on number 35, Cameron Cross there, and Cameron Cross just kind of drops down. Couldn't take that hit.
Well, and Perrin was not to be denied, and he did exactly what you were talking about earlier. He just kept the motor running, legs down, powering through.
Yeah, Cross came down low, but Perrin just had the momentum. He's a little tank there.
Oh. Well, at least the Huskers got the ball back this time. Again, another miscue on the snap.
Well, and here's like you were saying, Coach Bob Reese was saying last week, too many mistakes. And this is what happened tonight. They get one step forward and they come 2 steps back.
It is second down. They lost about almost 4 on that.
And they get themselves they get those snaps under control. I can see the Huskers doing a lot of good things. I mean, I think that's number 6 on the day.
That's better. Falconer, nice throw.
Oh.
It's going to be a little bit too far for R.J. Begg to get underneath it.
Well, and it was a good idea. It was a good idea, and he just got the ball away. And Begg just couldn't get down the field to it. He beat his guy. I think Falconer takes just a half a hair off of that, or Begg gets a step or 2 further. He's still running.
Falconer and Begg having words at the sidelines.
Yeah, you can see this is going to be one thing they work on is chemistry. Chemistry.
These two guys work together for a little while. Another bad snap. Oh, they're going to fake the punt. Nice throw into the arms of Jeanson. Oh, and he's just short.
No, he's going to be. He's hoping, but he's going to be at least a yard short of the first down there. At least a yard.
They pulled it off, yeah, but like I say, you can see, and it was right in front of us here, Matt. It is going to get turned over on downs.
Great defensive play. Number 16, it looks like, Tyler Moxon. He knew that he had to stop him because he only had a yard to do it. And Tyler Moxon was one of the more solid players out through high school and whatnot too. Great defensive player, runs the ball really well as well. But he knew what he needed to do to stop him there. There's going to be a turnover, and the Rams going to get the ball once again in the Huskers' end.
It looks like there was a penalty on the play as well. I think I was trying to catch what the referee said there, but I believe it was an illegal receiver downfield anyway, so it was all for naught. 3 minutes, 52 seconds left here in the third quarter. 25-0 lead for the Langley Rams over the Valley Huskers. Langley's going to start in the Huskers' end again, Matt.
Yeah, it seems to be where they've been all night.
Ball run wide by number 2. Nicely read by the Huskers. Hunted down. It was carried by number 2. Ryan McDonald.
Yeah.
And they're going to say he picked up about 3 on that. But it was well read by the Huskers defense.
Well, it's number 52, James Moore. and number 10, Alex Zamora.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't biting on anything. They knew that ball was coming outside, and they were sticking with it, their man.
Second down, 8 yards to go for the Langley Rams. They are on the Huskers' 46-yard line. Waggle up, handoff up the middle, and that's Carter back in, and he blasts through for about 12 yards, and that's going to be more than enough for a first down again for the Langley Rams.
And watch how he hits the line with power and authority. Gets the ball and just right through. Good job. Really good run. Great defensive play. Goes down low, wraps up below the knees, takes him down.
Ball on the Huskers 33. First and 10 for the Rams. 3 receivers right. Laguerre gets the ball and gives it to Carter again. And much better read by the Huskers there. He picks up maybe 4 on the run.
Yeah, he got about 4 yards on that one. He hits the line here again and just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. His blocker, number 60 there, gets up. Donovan McNee, he looked like he took the brunt of that. He was the battering ram.
What a 5-yard gain for Carter. Laguerre again starting from the shotgun. Carter steps up. Looks like they're going to pass this time. Laguerre gets the ball out into the flat. Oh! Danny Harris going for the big hit. He was lucky because number 88.
89, Tyson Gibson.
Tyson Gibson just about snuck through that.
Okay, Tyson Gibson's a big body, big strong body. He's hard on the ball. So he gets the ball here, and Danny comes through and drops his shoulder, but doesn't phase him. Bounces off of him and leaves Gibson standing up. You know, you got to make a tackle.
You got to make the tackle, yeah.
Or make sure that if you can drop that shoulder, you knock the guy down.
Yeah, I kind of sort of careened off him more than anything.
Yeah.
Again, hands off to Carter, weaving his way through the defense, spinning, still going. Flags are flying. We'll see what that's going to be a call. Normally that late in the play it could be a face mask, but we'll see what they're going to call here. Again, it was Travis Dietrich that kind of got over there and slowed him down initially, slid away from him.
The whole team seemed to have to bring him down. And
okay,
the Rams player after the fact here.
Number
60.
Number 60, Donovan McNee. Having a bit of a tussle there with Mr. Dietrich. Huskers. And that is going to move the ball up again. And
half the distance to the goal line. Or no, does it get placed on the 1?
Oh, Bob Reese out there giving an earful to the referees. And that will, well, I guess you can't move any closer to the end zone than the 1 yard line.
You go halfway there.
Whether they'll tack that on to.
Husker 1 yard line. First and goal, Rams.
42 seconds left here in the third quarter. 25-0 lead for the Langley Rams over the Valley Huskers. Rams knocking on the door again here, Matt.
Well, and it's the Huskers putting him on the doorstep one more time. And there's Joe Carter.
Gets in, left standing up.
Yeah.
Carter.
Yeah.
Scores again.
Well, and he hits the line here again really hard. Moves bodies enough just to get enough to get inside the end zone. Number 85, Tristan Earwood McDonald, trying to slow him down, but Joseph Carter, when he gets ahead of steam, he's just going to blast through.
Yeah, from the 1 yard line, he's going to be hard to deny at that point in time. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Palmer set to kick. It's blocked. Well, they deny the Rams the extra point, but it does leave the score 31-0 here at Exhibition Field in Chilliwack.
We're sitting with about 30 seconds left in the third quarter as well. The Huskers really have to get something rolling here. If they want to put some points on the board tonight, they really got to get going.
Well, I just want to get something even for pride here. Just, try and pick up a couple of touchdowns late in the game. Just, show yourselves that you can be in these games a little bit. By the way, it wasn't blocked so much as Palmer just pooched that kick. Sent it right into the line.
Yeah. And the first bad kick Palmer's had tonight, too. Maybe put a little bit too much on it, try to get it over the fence for you.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure if I'd want to be in front of that kick.
Oh, no, that's going to hurt. Whoever took that in the back of the head's going to be feeling it in the morning.
Nice kick. Drops down and falls into the feet of Angel. He goes wide, makes it to about we'll call it the 25, maybe 27, where the Huskers will start out with the ball. And just taking a look here, and it is Noah Falconer heading back out again for the Huskers. I was wondering if they were going to give Nick Nika some time.
Right through his arms, bounces up and hits him in the butt. And off he goes to the races. Number 12 for the Rams, Brandon Canule, making the stop.
Huskers spread out the offense. Another low snap. Hand off to Perrin. Perrin, nice rush. About 11 on the play. That's going to be a first down for the Huskers.
Yep. Yeah, and he did exactly what he's done every time he's gotten that ball. Puts two hands on it, lowers the shoulders, and it starts the freight train. First down, Huskers.
This VBN broadcast is being streamed live on bcfctv.com, powered by RE/MAX.
So, it's nice to see the Huskers getting some success. I bet you if you talk to Coach Reese after this game, he's going to say too many mistakes again, because he's right. They're making too many mistakes out there. But you're seeing successes. And when we start increasing the successes and decreasing the mistakes, this team here is going to has success in their future.
And that I'm from a coaching staff perspective, that's got to be the tough sell for these guys to come back to practice at the beginning of next week. They come back out on Tuesday and to say, look, guys, we're doing some good things here. So let's just stay the course. And that is what Coach Reese talked about is staying with the process, staying with the good habits that they're trying to teach them, keep working on stuff until it starts to come together. And that's what they have to believe in. If they're not going to have success on the scoreboard, they want to see some success and maybe even just pick up a couple of scores here, hopefully.
Well, any points on the board would be a blessing for them, because they are doing some really good things out there. And but it's like I said earlier, they get one step forward and two steps back. They got to keep stepping forward.
Hard rush on. Noah gets it away. And nice catch. And that is number 7, Nathan Denoyer.
Yeah, here and you see he gets the ball off. Excellent pass. Nathan goes down. He's the only one who can catch it. Squares off his body to the quarterback. He knows he's going to take a hit here, but all he's focused on is bringing that ball down with him.
It's good concentration on the young receiver's part. Huskers, 1st and 10 on their own 49. Faulkner in the shotgun. Receivers move up. Handoff to Begg. He powers through. Picked up a couple before he's driven back.
Oh, no, that was Perrin again.
Oh, sorry, who did I say?
Beg.
Big. Oh,
Yeah, that was Perrin again.
I'm sorry, I saw the 6.
Yeah. And what's happening here, is that the Rams are realizing that Perrin's coming through hard like that, so they're standing 2 or 3 bodies into the hole when he gets it instead of just one. They're going to lose the one-on-one fight to Perrin all day long, but if they get a couple 2-3 bodies in his way, might slow him down a bit more.
They're going to mark that as no gain, 2nd and 10 for the Huskers. Ooh, dangerously close to offside. Nice long pass. Angle trying to run underneath it. Catches it. Great play. Another great catch for number 80, Marius Angle tonight. And that is what we're talking about, Matt. Just some plays that work for these guys. Just give them a little bit of confidence.
And Angle gets across the defender. Only guy that can bring that ball in. But you notice what we've had here is we've had some success, and all the snaps have been good. It's the little things that have been killing them all night long. Now that they get the ball, they're getting on a roll. They're the deepest they've been in Ram territory, that's for sure.
A hard pass, trying to put it into the arms of number 14, Denver Lebedeau.
Yeah, and Noah's got to get that ball in there, put it to his chest. He can't be throwing it at his feet like that. They like the quick pass. I've noticed that tonight, but it hasn't worked for them. So what they maybe need to do is slow down how quick that ball's coming out and make sure it's coming out accurate and catchable.
2nd and 10. Huskers on the 22-yard line of the Rams. Best field position I think they've had tonight so far. Nice snap into the arms. Hard pass. Oh, intercepted. Lots of room for the defensive back to work with here, trying to catch a number. He is away to the races. A good block to break him free, and that is going to be a pick 6 for number 24. That is Kyle Claret of the Rams. And just as the Huskers were smelling a little bit of success, ball comes right back on him. A great read by Kyle Claret of the Langley Rams. Yeah, just threw in behind the intended receiver, number 7, Nathan Denoyer.
Well, I don't think Denoyer knew that Claret was behind him, because the minute, he kind of looked back over his shoulder and kept running, whereas if he knew, you got to make a bit better of an effort when that ball's thrown behind you to come back to that ball, get a hand back, try and knock that ball down. But I don't think he realized that the defender was right there, because he just kept running.
Well, if you're not going to make a catch, you got to be prepared to make a defensive play on it.
Yeah.
And again, that's young receivers, right? This is the kind of stuff that you've got to learn is, you get burned. It's like, hey, you look at film and go, this is what you needed to do there, and hopefully he remembers for next time.
Yeah. There's another muff snap there, but Mr. Palmer was able to get it off and get it through the uprights. Now the curiosity is they got Nikola Nika up warming up. So I wonder if he's going to come into the game now.
I think at this point in time, you may as well give the rookie quarterback some reps and get him some.
Yeah, and I think that's a good idea too. I mean, you want to get him some reps. You don't really want to blow Noah's confidence either, and he's having a bit of a rough go out there. And it hasn't always been all been his fault either, because we've had the bad snaps, we've had the drop balls. He's put some balls right on his receivers, and they're putting them on the ground. So, but maybe get him out now, let him have a seat, and prepare for next week.
Well, I can't remember watching the coaches' comments from all the different teams here in the BCFC, and one of them was talking about switching up quarterbacks, partway through the game, and saying, sometimes it's not a bad thing for the quarterback that was already in to get to the sidelines and just kind of watch what's going on. Get a different view of the game. Take some of the pressure off. And learn from that perspective.
Yeah, yeah, and you see that you got Noah Falconer down there, and Nathan Desnoyer talking to the coach, the offensive coordinator, or maybe not that, maybe he's a receiver coach, and discussing where he was supposed to be and what he was supposed to be doing on that route.
Well, every one of these games, again, it's not looking too favorable here for the Huskers, but every one of these games is going to have to be a learning opportunity, and again, mistakes are a chance to learn how to do it better next time.
Well, and that's the thing, and the coaching staff here for the Huskers have to go into the locker room after this game, and when they review tape, is be positive about the good things that happened today. Yeah, there were mistakes. Yeah, those mistakes have to be corrected. But let's build off what the good stuff that happened today. And there was some really good plays out there by the Huskers.
Homer gets set to send that ball down to Robinson. That's actually handled by Angel, I think. And he makes moves. And a nice return for Marius Angel. Gets the ball up to the 35-yard line.
Well, and I like this Angel. I think getting the ball in his hands a bit more isn't a bad idea. He looks like a playmaker. He's got some speed. He runs with conviction and power. So that'd be a good idea to start getting that ball in his hands.
Before the game going around, because some of these names were, first time we've had a chance to see the team. So I talked to Marius just briefly. Really nice young man, just very well spoken and good sense of humor. And up the middle. Gain of maybe 3 or 4 for the Huskers.
Yeah, Nico Nika there is I saw him a couple of times at games out in North Langley last year playing for the Kodiaks. And he's a good quarterback. He's got a good ball. He delivers it well. Makes good decisions in the pocket. I mean, you're playing at the next level now. And he's a rookie, but it's nice to see him out there getting some reps.
So 6'4", 175 they have him listed at. As he gets older, he's just going to get stronger. Nice pass. Not enough for the first down, but picked up another 4 yards.
Yeah. And the small victories here. Pick up some yards, 3rd down. They're going to leave the offense out there and see if they can get a first down.
10 minutes, 32 seconds left in the 4th quarter. It is the Langley Rams with a 39-0 lead here over the Valley Huskers. It is the Huskers with the ball. They're on their own 41. 3rd down and 4. They're going to go for it. Nick Nika signals the receivers forward, takes a step back. He's looking, launches it, and tipped, and in and out of the hands. And trying to catch a number, but I think that is possibly number 8. DeAndre O'Connor.
Yeah.
Just couldn't pull it in.
Yep, and here's the pass. And the ball's there, and he goes up for it. Good defensive play by number 7 on the Rams, Jordan Lunn, to come in there just at the last second and bang his hand, and the ball goes flying out.
So the Rams will take over on the Huskers' 41-yard line.
And the Huskers D's got to step up here, shut him down. I mean, you're giving him a short field one more time, so.
Stephen Laguerre still in at quarterback, tries to get the ball over out onto the flat. Outside of the arms of the intended receiver, number 18, Colburn Pierce.
Yeah. And I got to say, unless it's, the coaches are trying to get Laguerre some throws and the receivers some catches, I'm kind of wondering why they're throwing at this point, because to me, you're up by 39 points, work the clock.
Well, again, and now Pierce is a name that we haven't called. Maybe, again, they're trying to get some of these guys a chance to get their hands on the football, have some success, and get some experience. Flags all over the place.
Yeah, that's coming back 5 yards.
Number 62, Yanda Yano. Jumping early.
I didn't see it happen, but with how many flags came out, how quick, everybody else did.
Again, back in the shotgun, waves the receivers forward, pulls the high snap down, looks, going long, and
Oh, good play. Danny Harris there just touched that ball and knocked it out.
Just trying to catch whether that was 88 or I think it was 89, Tyson Gibson that he was looking to go to. And again, well read by the Huskers defensive backs there, right there on the spot.
Yeah, number 2 just got enough of it. Oh, it was 88.
And that's Belanger.
Belanger, yeah, and he just got enough of it. Belanger was sitting down waiting for it. It's come right at him, and he just tipped it wide.
Work by Danny Harris. Palmer back for the punt. And one man back to take that high punt. Takes a bounce. Handled by number 3, Josh Robinson. Robinson trying to get wide. Sneaks by some players. Got some room to work with. Picking up speed. Oh, shoestring tackle.
Great
just as
defensive
it looked like he
play.
might. And that's a big lad that got up to him.
36, number 36.
Tyler Ogloff.
Tyler Ogloff, yeah. Here's a big guy. He's a fast guy too. And he got around that corner and got that foot. And look at number 3 on the Rams. Okay, so here comes Ogloff, and he just dives and just takes that foot out beneath him. So we had number 3 on the Rams down here, but I didn't see what happened, so I'm not 100% sure what happened there, but he's laying on the field.
Oh, an injured player. Yeah, no, I didn't. But let's see if we can catch that on the replay here. Whether, oh, look, you can see him. He's already limping. He goes down here, so he injured himself somewhere at the beginning of the play. Whether he's twisted an ankle or.
It looks like he kind of pulls up there.
Yeah.
And he goes down, and he's like, oh, okay, that hurt. That hurt. And then he realizes, oh, crap, the play is coming off my way. I'm going to come across. He still gets up and tries.
I was going to say, kudos to him. He's kind of trying to make the play on one leg.
And then he's like, no, I'm done. And I'm out.
Yeah, it looks like an ankle.
Yeah.
I think maybe when he was kind of mixed up with the blocker of the Huskers there, he might have stood on his foot and twisted the ankle a little bit. We talked about, again, small victories for the Huskers. The defense holds the Rams offense to no points.
Yep.
And they get a pretty good return.
If it wasn't for that hand on the shoestrings, it would have been a better return.
He was just about to go into overdrive there, and they caught him in 5th gear.
Yeah. Yeah. And kind of a misdirection, miscommunication in the backfield there. And you see Nico turns to his right and really needed to go to his left. And the running back, it looks like Perrin doesn't get time to get those shoulders down like he usually does and get his head of steam.
Yeah.
And that's,
And it is Perrin. But this is what I was saying. I'm wondering if there's a little bit of confusion, again, with the left-handed quarterback, whether – he turns a slightly different way, and it just changes the timing a little bit.
It does. So, and here's the other thing that I don't think these offensive linemen are used to is Nico will run. If he doesn't see anything, it's starting to fall apart right away, he will run. And his O-line's got to run for him in front of him because he went up like, go guys, and they stood there. and all of a sudden he's
go where?
Yeah, he's in between their legs and not moving up the field. So, and that's going to be something they're going to learn about him. Those 2 offensive linemen started running forward, and Nico followed them. They could have gotten their first down that they needed.
And you made a great point. Noah Falconer is not a quarterback that is going to. He might pick you up the couple of yards you need in a short yardage situation, but he's not a guy that's going to take off with the ball.
No, he's not. And Nico likes to.
Oh.
And it's one of those things again. Not aware of where the ball is.
Yeah.
And
it dropped in behind him, bounced up, and hit him in the rear end. That was number 81, Andrew Palmer, down there on the coverage, and again, the punter, Robinson, delayed kicking it for so long that gave his coverage team way too much time to get down there.
No flag on the play there.
Rams will take over on the Huskers 46-yard line.
Well, this is where the defense has to step up again and stop them and not give up anything.
Handoff up the middle, taken by number 25. Oh, he's got some space, breaking tackles, and brought down at about the 22. That's number 25, Devin DaCosta.
Yeah.
Name we haven't called yet tonight. He's getting some reps for the Rams.
Oh, I've called his name in many games before. DaCosta, he runs well, he runs hard, and he'll punish you if you step in front of him. And there, who's the defender there? Give me a number.
Brought down by, I think it may have been
33?
33, Garrett Fadak.
Yeah, good job. Good job, because DaCosta runs well.
Looks like he has a low center of gravity. And nicely read by the Huskers D there. They're trying to throw in a few different little fakes. Nobody going for it. That was number 89, Tyson Gibson with the carry. Little reverse there.
And if you watch there, when the quarterback goes to hand him the ball, he reaches for it instead of taking it in the breadbasket like a running back would. So he actually had to stop his momentum and kind of reach for the ball, whereas he just waited and let the quarterback put it into his belly like a running back. He would have had that momentum. And Tyson Gibson's big, tall guy, long legs. He can cover a lot of ground fast.
Similar play. Here. They sort of faked the reverse this time and handed it off to DaCosta. DaCosta picks up about 5.
It looks like it's going to be the kicking team's out now.
Lots of Rams flying off the field there, and off flies Robinson. Angel moves back in case the kick is missed, although that has not been. And
nope, they've all been through or in one to the back of the head.
Whistle blows. Looks like they're going to. Giving them lots of time to set it up. 5 minutes, 6 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. 39-0 lead for the Langley Rams over the Valley Huskers here at Exhibition Field. And they are going to go for the field goal. Well within Mr. Palmer's range, I would say.
I'd have to think so. I mean, he can hammer those in pretty easily.
Wow. Went a little wide. So again, Huskers get a bit of a break. They did hold the Rams to no points.
1 point.
On that defensive. What?
One point.
They got 1 point. Sorry, you're right. To the 1 point on that defensive series.
Huh.
But they're going to have to send a search party for the ball. He kicked it so far.
Yeah.
That's the kind of leg strength, though. I wouldn't be too surprised if in the next few years we don't hear that name on CFL broadcasts.
Well, yeah, it's very impressive. His leg strength, his accuracy. I think he's doing a great job out there. It's unbelievable how accurate and how hard he kicks.
Next BC junior player made a bit of a name for himself over the years. Paul McCallum.
Yep.
See where somebody like Mr. Palmer might follow a similar path to that. Not necessarily as long, the longevity of the career, but maybe an opportunity for that young man. Huskers set up to start play. Nika in the backfield. Waves his receivers forward. Takes the snap, a little bit high. Hands off. An opportunity. And in the game now, number 33. And that is Garrett Fadak. In a running back. Picking up a few yards.
Yeah, it's a new runner back there. Maybe they just and here Perrin's out now. So, with Fadak staying in, maybe I wonder if they're going to try going with a power game back there.
Work a lot on the run when I was here on Wednesday night. There was they were really trying to get that running game figured out, the blocking schemes, where the backs needed to hit the holes and stuff. So again, something that they really didn't have at all last year. It'd be nice to see the Huskers develop a bit of a running game here.
Yeah.
Nika steps back out to the fat. Fadak scoops that up, blasts his way down. Ooh, a little bit of a late hit there. And one of the offensive linemen, he's going to pop back up. A little bit worried about Saftir Bullard there for the Huskers, but he pops right back up. And let's see if they're going to place that ball.
And Fadak does a great job of getting out there, getting his head turned around, picking up the ball, and then turning it upfield and picking up a few extra yards. Still 2nd and 9, but
thought he had done better than that.
Well, they got a penalty on that last play.
But
so.
yeah, nice catch. And Jared Annis, another name we haven't called yet tonight. Nice catch.
Yeah.
By the rookie receiver.
There's a couple of, they're getting some guys some time out there. Fadak, Annis, Nico. It's good look. It's a good look. I mean, this is their future. So, yeah, you're going to play the veterans. Yeah, you want to see what you can do. But when you're down this much with this little time, might as well get these rookies some field time.
Well, and sometimes you find a gem, right? These guys, not. Hey, nice. Fadak making moves, squeezes up, picks up about 8 on the play. Goes off tackle on the left side of the line.
So I love this run right up until this one moment here. And I'm going to point it out to you here. He gets the ball and he draws. Great run. And then he stops here. He stops all his momentum to try and come back on that defender. Don't do that. Run, get the 2-3 yards. You're going to get tackled. Yeah, you're going to get tackled. But when you stop your momentum to get started again, you're just looking to get yourself hurt.
Close to offside, but they make it work. Pass outside the reach of 28 Perrin.
I love this play. I think they need a bit faster of a guy out of the backfield to come across like that on the drag, and Perrin just didn't seem to have the steam to get over there to get it. Yeah. You put Vicklin in that play, Keegan Vicklin in that play. I think he's turning that upfield, and the Rams are chasing him. We're a 3-minute warning in the game.
Now you're saying you thought you saw Vicklin on the sideline.
I did, and then I guess he was told no because he's sitting back down with his helmet off.
Yeah, okay. Stuffed at the line. Fadak does the chin strap in frustration.
And here's a habit I hope they can break him up. He gets the ball, and then he stops completely and steps back. You can't do that. This is what happens when you try and do that.
Get the shoulders down, get the legs pumping, pick up something.
Fight through it. The holes are going to close on you, and you're going to have to hit them. You can't bounce out and make the plays that you made in bantam and midget at this level.
So the ball's turned over on downs. Rams take over.
Sorry, I shouldn't say you can't make those plays. They're a lot harder at this level.
Exactly, yeah. The guys are just that much more talented. Pass, hand off, up the, tries to sneak out on the right side of the line there. Ball carried by number 25, DaCosta.
And DaCosta's a hard runner. He gets the ball from Legary right into his belly, gets turned upfield, and takes a couple of them to get him down. Picks up about, 5-6 yards there?
Daniel Kabongo sliding out from the interior of the Huskers defensive line to make the play.
Face mask at the end of the run. 15 yards from the end of the run. So it's another one of those penalties that have benefited the Rams and hurt the Huskers tonight.
So in a heartbeat, you turn a good defensive play into a first down for the opposition.
Yeah. And Langley was plagued with the penalties to start the game.
Miscue on the snap there. Gear gets it back, throws it up into traffic. Intercepted. Let's see what the referees say.
They're waving it off.
Okay.
They're waving it off. There's number 26 there on the play. Great defensive play by Riley Simpson.
Simpson.
Oh, I think they're saying that intercepted, but he was already down. So Gary gets the ball here, bad snap, rolls out, and he holds it as long as he can, and then he throws back across his body, and Simpson just comes out and dives in front. Great defensive play by Simpson to hold on to the ball, but they are right that the receiver had a hand on him when he hit the ground, so that's considered down.
Well, they have given the possession to the Huskers. It is the offense.
Yep.
Out there, yeah.
Yep. So it was an interception, but he's not going to let him get up and run with it.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Hand off. Dak trying to work his way to the outside. He's shut down. Maybe picks up 2 on the play.
Fadak is a good runner. He's got some nice cuts. He gets to the outside quickly here. He gets the ball and he steps to the outside and just outruns the defender, the first defender. And then, he kind of gets swarmed there, but he picks up only about 2 or 3 yards, but decent run.
Easy to pick out when he's running there. The long flowing locks from underneath the helmet.
I hate seeing those on a running back because if someone grabs a hold of him, that hurts more than you like to. Oh,
little draw to Fadak, read quickly by the Rams. They shut that down in a heartbeat.
And a monster of a man. Is it 95? Carmelo Brincati just wrapped him up, like swallowed him up. And we get the draw play here. And yeah. Is that right? 96?
That's a lot of guy to fall on top.
Shaquille Naker. Shaquille Naker wrapped him up and just dropped him down. And,
third down, 10. Huskers are going to punt the ball away.
And I'm sure Fadak's like, please don't give it to me again.
Oh, bobbles it. Sorry, that is Harris. Still moving. Finds some opening. Oh, no. He had nothing but space to work with.
I think he saw that and got a little too excited. That was a great job, especially when he got wrapped up there. He takes off.
Well played.
Takes off, and he swings onto these guys, and the blocker's like, oh, you're still up.
And he trips over the yard markers.
I think there's going to be a block in the back on that.
Yeah, I think you can see actually towards the end of that run, you can see a Langley player kind of
just get hammered from
behind and disappear out of the screen.
I didn't actually see what happened to the guy in the backfield, though. Yeah. But they keep the ball. They hold on to the ball, and they got a minute 28 to do something here.
They're just going to lose some of that yardage that was picked up.
So they move all the way up.
By Danny Harris. Trying to catch a number on the Rams player down on the field.
Yeah, I did not see what happened there.
Spending lots of time working on him.
Looks like ankle.
So we can pick up what happened there. There's a bit of a mash-up of players.
Yeah,
there's the block from behind.
Yeah.
But he'd already picked up the first down?
Yes, he had already picked up the first down. He's already way past the first down marker. So, no, didn't see what happened to that guy there. But it's looking like ankle, and there was no flag on that. So I'm thinking that it was just he tried to cut, and it hurt.
Yeah, trying to pick up here where that took place.
He looks like he was on top of the one player and got up, and when he jumped up, he pushed off, and it looked like he twisted his ankle.
Trying to catch number 21.
Dan Stanger.
Dan Stanger. Not putting very much weight on that injured foot.
And great job by Harris here to realize that he lost the ball and he had to make something happen. Spins out of the tackles here, gets behind his blockers who get downfield and give him some space.
Then he had nothing but, like you say, just a little too excited. The brain got in front of the feet.
Well, I'm going to say he saw that block in the back and thought, I'm not running the length of the field if it's coming all the way back.
Great shot by the camera crew there. The new logo of the Huskers, the frightening scarecrow. Perrin gets the ball, puts the head down, blasts up for about a 6-yard gain, maybe 7.
Yeah. Perrin's had a great night. He's had a really good night. Nice little catch here. Turns around, gets his shoulders down. Great fake by Nika there. Gets it to Perrin. Perrin gets his shoulders down and just mows over the first guy. Second guy comes over top and takes him down. There's a future Husker right there.
There you go. Yeah. And it could be that they're working against second-team defensive players here right now, but it is Nika that's actually having the more success. Oh, fumble.
Oh.
And again, Fadak got hammered as he went to play that, but
was number 96, Shaquille Naker again. I think Fadak's going to see the number 96 in his sleep tonight.
And again, a little bit of a confusion there in terms of which way the quarterback was going to turn.
And here's a public service announcement. Kids, do not reach for the ball. It's so frustrating because these running backs, let the quarterback put it in your belly and then protect it. When you reach for it, you start to play volleyball, and it hurts. It hurts.
Harris back out again to punt as with 3rd down. Huskers get their special team assignments group out there right at the last second. Bad snap. He does get it away. One of his better punts tonight. Into the arms of
Jordan
number
Lund.
7, Jordan Lund. Lund trying to go wide, and it's the punter.
Yeah, he definitely didn't want to see him
Harris
coming back.
that came up. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely didn't want him.
Sorry, Matt.
He definitely didn't want him making a return on him. He gets across the field here, makes a field to clean. He gets across the field, and the first tackler, second tackler, third tackler's grasping him. And Harris like, I'll do this. I got this.
I got this, guys. Sure, if you need me to kick it and come down here and tackle the guy, I'll take care of that for you.
Yeah. Well, and you could see too when he had a reaching over, grabbing his shoulder, and he had one of those dreadlocks in his hands. I don't know how these guys play with the long hair. Last thing I want is my hair getting pulled.
Up the middle.
DaCosta.
Picks up a couple. 13 seconds left.
And I'm sure we got like maybe 1-2 plays left in this game. I can't see very much more going on here. You're not going to see anybody trying to run anybody over. A couple of things I'm curious about tonight is Matters left the game and Legary came in, but Matters was doing well. Did he get hurt or?
I think with being up 25 points or whatever it was at the time when Legary came in, they just wanted to get Legary it's so easy for quarterbacks to get hurt, especially somebody like Matters that'll run the ball. You want to give your guys as much time with get the experience in as you possibly can. Your backup's got to be as good as your first stringer. So that's probably what they were thinking there. I was very impressed by Nick Niga coming in. in the second half, or last quarter there anyway.
Yep.
And actually had some success with the Huskers offense. So it is the Langley Rams having their way with the Huskers tonight as they get ready to shake hands. We'll see some of the
highlights.
Highlights here. Again, the big leap. A couple of touchdowns.
That was good. That was a really good run. Who was that? That was Ryan McDonald.
That was Ryan McDonald.
Yeah, it is a little leap. It is a little victory leap there.
The leaping. There's
Joe Carter
Joe
and
Carter again. He had a good night.
His dive for a score.
Yeah.
And then Matter just runs number 10 over there, Alex Zamora. And then he runs a bunch of them over on that one.
Carter again.
And doesn't even end up on the ground on that one.
No.
Oh yeah, that was Carter.
Sneaks through.
Oh, and then the pick six.
Taken back by number
24, Kyle Claret.
Cole Claret's name a few times tonight. He had a good game, and of course, the pick six will be something he'll probably remember for a long time. He'll get a lot of opportunities to do that as a defensive back. And as the teams shake hands. Well, that's it for tonight from Exhibition Fields. The Valley Huskers have fallen to the Langley Rams by a score of 39-0. Valley Huskers are back here at home again next week when they take on the Vancouver Island Raiders at 2 p.m. Can't make it out to the game, be sure to join us here on VBN to catch all of the action. And of course, that is VBN producing on the BCFCTV.com as powered by Remax. If you can't make it out of the game, come and catch us on catch our broadcast. On behalf of Matt Macri, myself, and the entire VBN broadcast team, thanks for joining us tonight. Stay safe out there.